Hello everyone, it's the end of the year. I've made it so far, yay! So in the beginning of the year, I was back in Romania with my husband, celebrating New Year's with my parents and my sister in Predal. We visited the Sphinx, I showed him the Palace Castle and many other beautiful things. And we were just like, when we went back to Hamburg, it's like we felt fully charged and ready to face anything and everything that would come our way. And back in Hamburg, we had this project that were supposed to happen. Things were supposed to move into a certain direction, and they didn't. So that was very disappointing, very unnerving, very stressful, and we had to find a different solution. Well, that solution came a little later, but as one of our newest friends said, you lose some, you gain some. Life is about balance, and I think that was the situation for us. Although in the beginning of the year we felt like kind of we lost a lot, or not lost a lot, but we felt like things should have been better by now and they weren't. Yeah, anyways. But a different solution appeared, and that solution meant we had to move to the US. And we had less than 4 months to do that. So I don't know if you can imagine that, if you've done that before. Well, less than 4 months to put your life in order, cancel things, furniture, pack, whatever, sell the car, arrange things, a new place here to move, papers, this and that, in less than 4 months, that's just insane, crazy. But we had help. Our families were there from the very beginning, supporting us in all possible ways, so for that we are really thankful to them. I don't think we would have even been here today without their help. So when we arrived, we have dealt with a lot of things. We thought, okay, we took care of a lot of things. Okay, we were ready and prepared for the still bureaucracy that we had to deal here in the beginning. But that was like, okay, we mentally were prepared for that. But I would think that wasn't necessarily the worst part that we had to do, at least the papers that we had to deal in the beginning, than actually moving here and dealing with like getting an apartment, a place to rent, utilities, telephone, this and that. A lot of hidden costs everywhere. That's just crazy. Plus, what's very strange for us, for Europeans, is the fact that you don't have a final price for things. You always have the price and then tax or whatever. And that's very confusing, and it feels weird, and it's like you think you have to pay $100, but then no, you have to pay 100 and I don't know, 15 or 20 or whatever. And out of the blue we felt overwhelmed with things to pay. We had to pay a lot of things, so that was, yes, a lot of stress. But aside from that, we had good people coming on our path, helping us the best way they could. And for that, we're really, really grateful. I think without them, we wouldn't have made it so far, I mean, until now. And yeah, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, I'm happy that you are on this earth. So although a lot of negative or less desirable things have happened so far, I want to end this year by focusing on the positive side of the whole thing. So what other positive things have happened to us this year besides moving, besides starting a new chapter in our life? Well, I've become more serious doing this because when I started more than a year and a half ago, I started this as a way to come out of my depression. It was like a therapy for me. I remember being in that shop in Saturn. This is like an electronic shop in Hamburg, and I was still thinking, do I really need to buy this camera? Do I really need to do this? And this voice in my head is like, just don't ask questions, just buy it and do those things, and that's it. And I did it, and since then I don't regret anything. In 2013 I posted more, and then I had like this break since January until like, I don't know, I think it was June again this year when I started posting regularly. And then for a short like period of, I think, 2 months from the last, I mean, basically on the main channel there was this break time due to moving. But then again, I started a second channel where I moved the vlog part because I thought, okay, the whole thing needs a little bit of structure because I like structure. So I decided to keep this main channel for things that are different topics that I would like to talk about with you, and the other one with vlogs and other, as I said, uncategorized random whatever things that might appear in my life. And that actually was a good decision because during this break that I had until I was able to post something on the main channel, I've done a lot of vlogging. So a second channel was born. So another good thing that happened was me starting a blog. Something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I didn't have the time, and I was busy with writing and still am. But that was somehow perfect because in that period of time it was very hard to focus, and I just couldn't because I had to deal with other things. So whatever I had to write for the book was like secondary in the background, and I could focus on shorter things, on like bits of information that I could put on the website in different actually categories. And recently I've added 2 pages. One is about health. Health is actually what I eat, how I stay healthy, that's the name actually of the page. And another one, which is the most recent one, is paying homage to my roots, where I'm introducing you to my background, my heritage, and I'm going to show you a little bit of, I'm going to write about history, culture, traditions, whatever, a lot of interesting facts that you otherwise might not have the chance to find out. Now, looking back on all those obstacles, and they're still not done, they're still coming towards us, in our face sometimes, I see all this creativity has been unlocked, and I used those moments when I thought that's like, okay, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that, but I just pushed myself and I said, okay, you know what, whatever, I will never find the time to do things the best way or to be perfect. Never is going to be a perfect time, so I might as well use the time that I have, and I think I did a pretty good job. Looking back on all the things that I've done creatively, I realized that I have gained a new skill set, and that it's awesome because doing videos and in this way actually was never really a thing that I wanted to do before. Doing creative things, it is part of my profession, part of my background. I'm an architect and I studied arts before, so I'm an architect and artist. I'm a creator. So I'm always interested in the creative part, how to express that in different mediums. So I think this came as a natural way to unlock the creativity that was blocked through my depression, because when I started vlogging and basically doing my first videos with no editing program or anything, it was just, I didn't know anything about editing. I was just like filming short little videos, and then I found this like little editing that was free. I think HTC, I'm not sure, it's an Australian firm. I have just very basic, very simple things, and I remember I was just clueless and I wanted to learn, and I'm always interested in learning new things, so I think that was what kept me going and doing those things. Plus, it was this thing, I always wanted to express myself, my ideas orally, because I feel like I have a lot to say, although some of you might, of course you don't know me. And I realized that this is the perfect medium for me to not only learn those skills, to do those creative things like behind it's like with the mouse and creating on my computer screen, but also sharing directly with you myself, my ideas, which I always felt like it's important. I always wanted to be a voice for those who don't have one, who are afraid of saying things because they're afraid to be judged by other people, or they're ashamed, or they're whatever. And I realized oh my god, this is such a great way to do those things. I mean, all of it. So I'm very happy and grateful that I chose this path. So there's many other things that I could tell you and show my gratitude for those things that have appeared in my life, that have happened in my life. But I don't want to bore you, so I'm gonna keep it short. And wishing you all a happy new year. Have fun with your family, with your friends, wherever you're celebrating New Year's, and have a great year next year. Better than this one. Definitely I want to have a better year than this one. And see you all next year. Bye. Happy New Year 2015.